So we're out for a mega walk and we're going over the railway line here. You can see nice little vale, I suppose you call it. River Gauntless is down there. There used to be a cattle mart there when I was a kid. I actually came here for a school trip though, bloody cattle mart. Told not to move in case we bought half a dozen cows. Oh, good timing. Train going across there. And yeah. So yeah, you come through the nettles where I've just been stung on the leg because I've got shorts on, as you do. And the old doggo. I've got the camera out because this might just be the strangest fucking thing you'll see in Bushwalkland, maybe. I mean, there's a lot of strange things in Bushwalkland. As far as paths go, now I thought it was brilliant what they did here, because this is fairly new, a year or two old, these steps and the crossing point on the railway line. To get through these nettles without getting nettled to... That's quite wide, even I can get my fat ass through there. I have to swing around because I'm one-handed with the dog. He's a little bugger. Right. There we go. There we don't go. There we go, before the train comes back. Right. So, that's right up. But I'm going to short lead. I guess you scared him. Stairs he goes. Now this wasn't here when I was a kid, but you could get through the fence there behind us, what we've just gone, to get onto the railway line. And I used to walk home that way from school. All this wasn't here. And the reason I'm recording this is because they've gone to all this effort to put all this in. These nice steps so you don't break your neck. Only for the steps on the path to end here, and you've got to go down that fucking bank. They could have put steps in or something, you know. I think they put gravel down, but that's about it. But yeah, and this is the entrance into Bushwalkland Cemetery. So we're now into Bushwalkland Cemetery, as you can see here. Dog trying to rip my arm off. We got down that bank alright. The dog did nearly pull me over once. Keep him on the leash. I always keep him on the leash. He's still a bit iffy off it, quite frankly. Sees another dog and he wants to go over and sniff and play. But yeah, Bushwalkland Cemetery, it's lovely in here. Once you get down that bank, there is a much easier way to come in, and that's the way we will leave. But you can come in and do like a circular route kind of thing. Well, it doesn't bring you this way, the circular route, but you can come this way and then double back on yourself. Yeah, the River Gauntless is just down there, so a lot of these graves will flood quite a bit. I think we're just sudden dog shit. Okay. Yeah, a lot of these graves will flood quite a bit. The water will probably come up to around about where I am right now. I'm bringing around the corner and there's an amazing monument to someone, I'm sure the surname's Watson. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's like a local famous person or something, but I've never heard of them. Yeah, we head up this way. And there's like a circular route that you can go around and just head towards the little church, little chapel, which we will do. Yeah, we've just come out of Cemetery, walked on the front of King James, gone down Kingsway. This is Kingsway, it's a bit of a tip out the back here. Shops on Newgate Street, which most of them are fucking closed. Didn't go through Newgate Street because it's a bit full of people. It's the old library when I was a kid, the Lightfoot building, the Lightfoot Institute. built by Bishop Lightfoot as a library for the people. This, Not sure if this is the old Masonic Hall. It's definitely an old hall, and it's a bit ironic, you see the bushes growing out the side there, almost trees, because the cannabis grow got found inside there a couple of years back, hundreds of plants and that. And, how ironic. So we're down at the bottom of Newton Cap Bank. Just come down here, steep bank there, went through the marketplace, down Bongut, a little bit more shade for the dog's paws. Yes, if anyone concerned, it is a sunny day, the ground will be, it'll be warm. There is a nice cool breeze that I think is keeping the ground fine, and there's plenty of grass and plenty of shade for him to walk in. He's absolutely fine. Hi, come here. Some knobhead with his dogs off probably, or their dogs off. So yeah, from here you can go down this road, up the bank, and you go to Toronto. Through that opening over there you go down to the rugby club, Fishfork Rugby Club, and that's the Newton Cap Viaduct. It used to be a railway viaduct, and that takes, you know, all the traffic, cars and that, buses, lorries. And this here is, used to be on the trees, a Skirlaw Bridge, named after Bishop Skirlaw, spinning around because the dog's on the other way. It dates back to the 14th century, I believe. Very old bridge. For quite a while was the only bridge over the weir in Bishforkland. So now we're going to go down along the river, walk all the way up towards Binchester. I used to walk this way all the time when I lived down on the Botts, when he was a really small puppy. Didn't really enjoy living down the Botts. The problems with the landlord and neighbour at the end of the road who thought he'd go onto the whole fucking road, and he was throwing dog shit in my backyard, blaming pork chop, sending pictures to the landlord, which is illegal. Only so his brother could move into the house when I moved out. So yeah, cracking on. Yeah, there's Skirlaw Bridge. You can go over there and up to Toronto, like I say. There's like a walkway down by the side. You go right through some trees, and that takes you all the way to Wolsingham. You can even go across the viaduct and catch up with the same path, and it'll take you to Wolsingham, which we've done in long past. So yeah, so we'll crack on now. Down on the Botts now. Come all the way along. Quite overgrown along here, obviously it's start of summer nearly. Everything's in bloom and wearing away in the sunshine. We had a little bit of rain the other night and it'll have done wonders for all the grass and everything in the plants. The river, you might just be able to hear, it's just over there, or you can actually see it there where that log is, that tree, fell tree is. Just walk along here now. This is the Bat in Bishforkland. Gets its name from butt, actually, which is a wine butt. It's like a measurement of wine. It's a barrel size, and they were used for archery practice, which is why we have archery butts. It's also if someone drinks or eats a lot and they say, "Oh, I've had a buttload of that." That's where it comes from. There's nothing to do with arses at all. Yeah, they used to practice archery down here, hence the name. But there also used to be lots and lots of houses down here. You can see wall there, there used to be houses on the hillside. There were even pubs and stuff down here. And in 1771 there was a massive flood. It was a tidal flood actually, so you know, rivers like the Tyne, the Wear, the Tees, and places like, you know, along that river, because we're quite far away from, well, the River Wear goes to Sunderland, and we're quite far away from that. You have to go through Durham and places like that to get to here, river-wise, if you go by river, which a lot of traffic did back in the day. But like I say, 1771 there was massive flood, killed lots of people in Bishforkland itself, killed thousands along the eastern coast, England, Scotland. Like almost like a mini tsunami. There was a high tide combined with a lot of rainfall, snowfall, I think. I'm not too sure on snowfall, to tell the truth. Might just been rain. And yeah, wiped away hundreds of buildings, and there's lots of bricks in the river and stone, which would have came from those houses that were built along here. Now there's nothing down here. There's a couple of rows of houses. Like I said just before, I used to live in one of them. It wasn't very nice. House itself was alright. There was a massive damp patch in the living room, so I never really used the living room. Like I say, I didn't really get on with the landlord, because every couple of weeks he would be like, what's the patch like? Oh, it's getting worse. Radio, I'll sort it out. And that went on for like 10, 11 months, you know. Yeah, it's beautiful down here. Like I say, I used to walk the dog along here probably at least 3-4 times a week when I lived there. And obviously it was handy for working in the castle just up the bank. Which I'm glad I don't have to go up every day anymore. It was a killer. Good workout, and everyone said, oh, you'll get used to it. Never bloody did. So we're about ready for a drink, which we're going to get. We're going to go up a little hill and have a little drinky poos. That's what the bag's for. Loads of water and that, and a bowl for him to drink out. Come along here. This is Jock's Bridge. There's another bridge just over that wall and about 50 feet away. That's Bishop Trevor's Bridge. That's inside the park, and we're outside the park, Bishop's Park. You can actually get into the Bishop's Park from here. It's a bit dicey, but me and the dog used to it a lot. We're not going to do it today because we're going up to Winchester. But you can go down here without breaking your neck. Then you go right underneath the bridge and you cross over the fence just on the other side. And then you're into Bishop's Park, which is canny. The bridge here looks like it's been re-metalled. It's got new tarmac down since I was last down here. I'll see what it's like. I might carry the dog across, just save his paws on this bit because it does look quite hot, so I'm going to carry him a lot across. And we're going to go into that field there, and like I say, you can just see the hill just in a little distance where them pylons are, and then we'll mooch in there and have a good drink. Oh, nice seagull on there going along the river. Be nice if it was a kingfisher there. You do get kingfishers. Prime spot is again just under this bridge where the fence is, and there's like a little pool there, and they usually come down there, and if any small fish getting distressed because they've had to swim upstream here, or they've come downstream, the fish rest in the little pool and the kingfisher just dips in and gets them. Yeah, nice little, if you ever bring your bairns down or whatever. Just come through that field there, and now and again you get some Angus cattle in there, in that field. It's the early spring. There's a gate which normally you have to go through with stall next to it, but the gate was wide open. In fact, there wasn't a gate on it, to tell the truth. And then you come up this little bank, up to the top of the hill, and like I say, we're going to have a little drink up there. But this here is called the Roman Well. It's a little like marsh, bog area, but I think it's like a 19th century name given to this little area. Because I think what I'm walking on here, this little hill, was created when they dug out for that pipe there, perhaps. Winchester Fort is just up this hill as well. It's easy to get to by road, but walk through the field, it's a little bit better. Not on the ankles, but definitely on the pads of his feet, because that bridge, when we came over, bits of the tarmac was sticking to my feet, so God knows what they would have been like on his paws. As you can probably tell at the camera, there's a bit of a breeze here, which is perfect. So up to the top, we'll have a good little drink. You have to go follow that animal track where you can see there, or that one. Now we're going this way, doggo, up the hill. Well earned drink. We've stopped. We're gonna chill out. Just had a good drink. And yeah, sloppy chops. Yeah, just stopped up here. Not sure if this is the highest point we'll reach today. Probably not. It's probably back in the town. The highest. In fact, we've got to go up a bit of a hill again. Tree line is, we go the other side of that and we go through that wood there that you can see. There's Bluebell Wood and takes us all the way up to nearly to Binchester, the village itself. I also used to live actually when I was very young. Loved it there. Yeah. Used to play on that wood as a kid. Snowball fights in the winter, a highlight. Then we fucking moved to Elton Lane, life over. Yeah, just the top of this hill, and there's like a ditch you can see just in front of us here, which we're sitting on the edge of. And I always wondered why a ditch up here. It's just a bit strange, and it's, what we're sitting on now is actually reinforced with stone, the stone underneath us, because you get so far down and you can see the stonework sticking out. It looks very old stone. So, I don't know. Something going on up here one time or the other. Makes no sense for a drainage ditch because we're on the top of the hill. Unless of course you wanted the rainwater to go down this ditch instead of going down into that field, so you could use the field for grazing and what have you. Some sheep down there. Dogs on the lead obviously. He always is. Seen a few people with dogs off the leads. Some fucking knobheads. One woman with a sheepdog. The sheepdog was dragging her along. You know, people. Also bumped into an old mate in Bongot. I say old mate, not like a long lost mate kind of thing. Oh, I'm saying you for years. Actually, no better. Ditched as a mate last year. You know, gave him loads of chances and he's just pissed me off too many. One too many times, and I gave him more chances than I normally give people as well. Yeah, seen him with his kid. Me and the dog just stayed clear. Fuck all to say to him. He's got no to say, I want to hear. We kind of just went alright and walked on by. It's a dog corny. He's seen something. No, he's having a piss. Hope he has another drink before we set off. Want some more water, dog? Eh? Hey boy. Yeah, these fields here, you often see deer knocking about here as well. Just heard some geese there. There is a farm, Binchester farm, not far away. Sound like geese, ducks, somewhere there. Obviously the river's just over there somewhere. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, that white building there, what you think you see, I'm pretty sure that's part of Binchester Fort. We're going through fields which are kind of next to it, so I don't know if I'll walk over that way while we're in those fields. Bit of an extra 2 hour walk. Now he's had a bit of water. I think he's want some more water. Good lad, good lad. Yeah, there's my water. Flavoured water, keep me fat. The watermelon flavours are gorgeous. Yeah, stay for a while. I've been wild camping in ages. I wouldn't come in these woods because there's people all over the place all the time, walking dogs and that. Yeah, it's dodgy eyesight and that, you know what I mean. I nearly is. I mean, yeah, you've seen some of the hills and banks and that we've been up and down today. My ankles are hurting a bit off the roads. I mean, even when I was walking down Bongot, the paving down there, it's like one part of the pavement's like 3 inches deep, so you can like step off like a proper pavement onto the road. And other bits are like flush with the road. You never quite know. And 9 times out of 10 I twist an ankle thinking I'm walking just on the flat bit. Well, I'm not. Not happened again. So maybe next time we'll avoid Bongot. Especially if that dickhead's going to be there. Alrighty. Crack on. So I've gone across those 2 fields. Followed the bit of a track around the side of the fields. Some beautiful views up here, obviously. Doggo shot again. So we came across these fields here. You have to go across a couple of stiles. Field here with sheep and horses in. There's sheep around the other side. Like I say, Binchester is just over there, the fort. Binchester village is just over here. And the reason I got the camera out here is because I was going to tell you all about the Camino de Ingles, which is it's a pathway for pilgrims going from Finkel Priory. Now it's written Finchale, but it's pronounced Finkel, I'm sure it is. It comes all the way this way. There used to be a badge on here. It's a blue badge with a yellow shell and Camino del Ingles on it, but it's not on there anymore. And I wonder if it's because the Auckland project now claim that it goes through their parkland, and if they want people to go through the parkland and obviously go to their gift shop and spend money, then they won't want people coming this way. But this is the actual route. It goes through Bluebell Wood, it comes up this bank, it goes through these fields. You just follow this fence all the way around, turns to the right, follow it all the way around. There's a couple of stiles, and on those stiles they should have a badge on as well, and then takes you alongside the River Weir. Then you go to Escombe, and then you can go all the way to Santiago de Compostela in Spain. And these were, like I say, pilgrim routes for people wanting to go there to Santiago de Compostela, because it was a major pilgrim route, pilgrimage site. A hermit, I can't remember his name now, used to live in a field there, and he saw a star come to earth, and that's what Compostela, field of stars, Compo, field, stellar stars, that's what Compostela means. And Santiago, St. James, it's the patron saint of Spain. But yeah, something I walk quite a bit with the dog, and I'm going to be doing a lot more of these walks given the summer well tonight. And I don't know whether to do the old because it goes Finchale to Escombe is this route, this section of it. But it starts off all over Europe, and like I say, there's different routes, different paths, and they all end up at Santiago de Compostela. Search on YouTube for videos of it. It's quite stunning for the most part. Yeah, I wonder where those badges have gone now. Tisk. So we just come down to the bottom of the hill here. You can see that is what I was talking about, and one of those should be on the fence at the top. There used to be one. It's not there anymore. And yeah, Camino Ingles to Santiago. And that design, this, well, it's supposed to be a scallop shell, because pilgrims used to carry a scallop shell to signify that they were going on pilgrimage. I don't think they ever went by motorcycle or quad, whatever the fuck that is. But yeah, come down to the bottom, we just turn right here. There's actually a house just away. It'd be lovely to live there, I think, surrounded by all this. But we just turn right and we're going to Bluebell Wood, and then we'll go up to almost to Binchester if we don't get run over. And I have been camping down here a couple of times, but you know, give it to yourself. So me and the dog are still eating the grass. Silly boy. Still in Bluewell Wood. So walking through, we passed a fella pushing his bike. I don't know if he's run out of petrol or something. But we've come like up a side track, so I'm waiting for him to pass. And then we'll crack on again. He stopped for us to walk past him. The dog doesn't like bikes, so he's a bit, you know, had his hackles up and then growling. Dog's got a leader cord on. There we go. He headbutted a fence earlier on. His leader got stuck. Yeah, Bluebell Woods. I remember being a nipper, me and my dad coming into Bluebell Wood and coming to bits like this. It was just a little stream cut from the fields, farmers' fields, to drain water down to the stream goes through Bluebell Wood. Yeah, me and my dad used to come in with a nipper and get cork, which is, it's actually formed from, well, it's burnt wood really. All the oxygen burnt out of wood forms like charcoal and cork. I don't know if this area, this wood, would have been like an industrial site making cork to be transported out, because they use it in making steel. Add it to steel, add it to iron, make steel. What's he looking at? Living on the edge, dog. Yeah, living on the edge. I'm on the bike there still. There. You didn't like the bike, did you? Yeah. It's nice and cool in here. We just stopped for another water break. There is a part on the main path through where you can sit, and there's like a little seat in that. I think someone sadly took the life in that spot years ago. So there's like a little shrine to them kind of thing. There's like cut flowers and stuff, cards and whatever. Little decorations, trinkets. So we're going to stop there, but that fellow on the bike's giving me the, I don't know if he's playing as though his bike's run out of petrol. And then like he's phoned a mate, and his mate's waiting further on up for us just to mug us. Worst case scenario. I was getting paranoid. I could hear movement through these trees and that, as though someone's trying to like outflank us, and it'll just be wildlife. Yeah, a lot of pheasants in this wood I've seen. It's usually run packed with ransoms as well. So it usually stinks of garlic in there, and it does a little bit. But you could smell the two-stroke from his motorbike more than anything. So hopefully he's past us. We haven't heard his bike again. Now there is a bit of this section where you won't be able to push a bike. It's like some stone steps go down the stream, and then there's stone steps on the other side. You have to be fucking built like a brick shit house to push a bike up and down there. I didn't fancy giving him a fucking hand. Wait, stop eating the grass. Been on farm with these poos while we've been out. A couple of big ones. And for the motorbike murderer to crash through those woods, through those trees. Oh, better crack on. So there we are, through Bluebell Wood. There's Bluebell Wood. Go left there, takes you through to Binchester and that. Go right into the farmer's field there. You get people come down shooting rabbits down there a lot. You go through there and you go into Foxwood and then into Binchester a different way. As you can see, there's an old bridge here, because there's an old railway track goes along the top. Let's squeeze past here. Easy. You go this way and you go, there's a couple of ways to get up to the embankment. You can go up that way, or there's like a shallower route. And if you're coming along towards Binchester, along that track at the top, there's a gorse bush which will have bright yellow flowers on your left hand side. It's a bit spiky. You can walk behind that and it brings you down here rather than coming down there. Well, so we try this, third time lucky. Being interrupted by people on bikes, nearly running the dog over. Well, I had to panic and shout at them and he came straight to us, but yeah. And then another cyclist just came about 2 feet away from us. Like a fucking idiot. Yeah, just stopped here for a quick breather. This old trackway here goes back a couple of centuries at least, maybe 3 centuries. Would have originally just had carts on being pulled by ponies and horses. Various minerals, coal, charcoal, maybe ironstone, stuff like that. Down to Bishop Auckland to be turned into steel or various metals. You can actually follow it all the way up to Spennymoor, I believe it goes to. Definitely goes to Binchester. There's a sheep on a good old day. That bridge there dates back to the 1750s, and that used to be the old entranceway to Bishop's Park and then the Auckland Castle. Bishop Trevor and I think Bishop, was it Maltby, came before him. They changed the parkland extensively. That's when the D house was built and everything, and they built this embankment here. So the bishop, when he looked out his palace or his castle, didn't see the wagon way along here. Gonna sneeze. Bless me. Sorry for that. First sneeze of the year, I think. So you can go up there, little trackway, and go down into High Park and then Bishop Park, and then out through the castle gates that we saw earlier on. You can walk that way if you like. It's a nice walk, some nice views. But we're going to carry on going down this way, and this, it brings you out. There's a roundabout at the top where Auckland Park is to the left, and then Eldon Lane and everything. And I have gone this way, and then when my sister used to live at Eldon Lane, I walked that way once, which was like his first ever massive walk. Or you can carry on straight down over and it'll take you down to Woodhouse, which is where we're going. Right next to the motorway, so I probably won't film any of that because it's just a motorway, really. Takes you over the River Gauntless. And then you can see the railway line from down there as well, where I started the first video this morning. It's like one big circle we've been in. But there's still a couple of miles to go till we get to Woodhouse. This trackway from Woodhouse up to Binchester is 4.5 miles long. So God knows how far we've walked already to get there. It's been a lovely walk. A couple of knobheads. He's eating a bit of grass. Just like a load of his water. I'll keep the last of that if we stop again. I don't know if we will, because like I say, it's one big long track basically. And then we'll get in and I'll have my curry. I've been threatening to cook all weekend. Gonna do that today. Get him a tin of food on. I don't know, this might be the last video actually. Like I say, it's just one big long track. If I can find whoever's shagging them sheep, I'll try and get it on video. Report them to the police. Stop for a breather. Pretty much the other end of that track, near enough. We went under Durham Road. There were some steps from this trail up to Durham Road, so you can walk down Durham Road and go into Bishop Auckland, get to the marketplace. Seen lots of people walking dogs. Couple, not even on a fucking lead. One woman out for a jog and a dog was trundling along behind her. The dog looked so fucking depressed. It was unbelievable. Yeah, lots of people on bikes, a few of them going like 100 miles an hour. Yeah, just up there. A couple of knobheads here with the dog. So we've just walked all the way down. Like I said, it's basically one massive path from Binchester all the way down to here. This is their South Church graveyard cemetery. We're not going to go around there. I think we've walked enough for the fucking day. Knock us to that. I'm going to go along past the front of the allotments and then up to Craddock Street and home. This here, you remember this, well, I said this morning, well, 12:30 when I set off. This is that little vale where there used to be a cattle mart in this area, and that's where we are now. And just over there, I don't know if you can see it or not, my eyes are shocking, is where we started off the first video. So not too sure what time it is now. Like I say, we set off about 12:30. Might be out 2-3 hours, something like that. Nice walk. Don't know how far. Might do a map time kind of video when I get in, so I've got an OS map of the area. Yeah, see you in a bit. I'm going to attempt to do map time, which is something I'm copying off a YouTuber called he does on his hikes and everything, and he also uses a knife, so I'm using my camera knife if it'll focus properly. You hear any weird noises, the dog's just being fed and he's belching, licking my arm and all sorts. So yeah, so we started just here, crossed over into this field, crossed over the railway line here, down the bank, through the cemetery, you can see there, cemetery. We came up here, then we went down to the road. This is where Asda is. Along here, which is Academy, that's King James School. Focus, you bitch, focus. There we go. Went along past the school, down Kingsway. Up into the marketplace. The information centre is Auckland Tower in the marketplace there. We went through the marketplace, down Bongat. Yeah, that must be Bongat. All the way up to the top of Newton Cap. Down, nope, that's Newton Viaduct. We went this way. Down here, down the bank. There's the rugby ground we saw, mentioned. We went under the viaduct, along the bats. There is the bats. All the way along, followed. We went over the road over Jock's Bridge. Remember the bitumen was a bit tacky, so I carried the dog. Crossed over into this field. Up here. No, we didn't. That's where we crossed over into the field there. Up to the Roman well. Now I forgot to mention, I've actually found a Roman coin on that dirt track kind of thing, which I said was, you know, 19th century industrial heap basically, which created what's called the Roman well. But yeah, I found a coin. It was on it was either like a molehill or something had been dug out by an animal, basically, just on there, and it was just in the soil on there. From a couple of years ago, it was a 4th century coin. Camera's shaking around. I'm lying on my bed and the dog's rolling around. So yeah, anyway, we went up here, and we went along this walkway. What did we? I actually think we went past the Roman well, and then I think we may have gone this way, and then along here. This way I was complaining about there not being a marker. There is one down here. Which, what's that cottage called? I said there was a nice house there. Vinovium Cottages. Be nice living there, I think. And then this is Bluebell Wood, where, you know, we saw the biker and all that. Up and down and round. It's very up and down in here. Obviously, it's why the bikers use it. They love it in there. Yeah, Bellburn wood it was called, not bluebell wood. Everybody calls it bluebell wood because it's usually full of bluebells in spring. Yeah, Bellburn wood, my apologies. And then this is the track that we ended up on. The big long straight track, which actually isn't very straight, is it? No, that's not it. We still walked along here. I should have done this map time before, and then I know where I've been. And yeah, we came out here, and that is Foxrushwood, or Bushwood. Foxrushwood, I can't really make it on my eyesight. And then we went down this really long, fairly straight track, past Auckland Park, past New Camden. Yeah, like I say, it's an old wagon way. It's called the Auckland Walk as well. It's actually a walk you can go on. We went all the way down, past Braxhill, and then we got down to about here somewhere on my bed, which for the sake of turning the map over, I just can't be asked. Yeah, it'll focus again, yeah. So just here's a massive roundabout. You can just about see the curve here, and we're back around here, and then, oh no, it's a railway line, isn't it? Yeah, we followed the road all the way down here, down to a roundabout, and then back home. So I don't know how far that is. I can't work it out on this bloody thing. So I'm pretty sure from that roundabout down here, going up to Winchester, there to this turn off. That turn off there is 4.5 miles, I think. And I don't know if that's from here. No, from here. Oh no, that's the Auckland Park. Yeah, so we did carry on quite far actually, because at the Auckland Park roundabout there's Auckland Park. So we did come quite further down to Woodhouse, and like I say, yeah. So here's a few things there you can have a look at, and obviously this is pre-Kinman. So on the other side of Newton Cap, other side of the Bats, so there's Flats Farm there. And there used to be fishing ponds and stuff like that there. A little golf course as well, I think. Not sure if it'll be focused. But yeah, and now that's all Kinman there, which I'm not a fan of. We made a new advert and this local image history. So now it's just a bloody pantomime. Yeah, that's my walk today. I'm laid on bed right now. Just guzzled a load of water. Dog's had a load of water and I've fed him. Eating some of his food and now he's burping. Ciao for now.